Welcome to Bald Guy DIY. In this video, I'm going to show you a super simple software tool chain for your next CNC creation. Oh, and by the way,
I'm a man! I'm 40!
So there's many different kinds of software that you could use in order to bring your creation from the design stage to the finished product. And I wanted to show you just a very simple way that you could take a basic logo design or picture and turn it into a finished creation with only two pieces of software. I'm going to use one piece of software to turn my original graphic into something that the CNC software can use, and another piece of software which is going to do the design, toolpath, and the actual operation of the machine. So what are we waiting for? Let's get into it. First thing I need to do once I have the photo that I have in mind is to head over to a web browser and type in JPEG to SVG or PNG to SVG and search that up, and you're going to find the online SVG image converter, which works great for this type of situation. This works a lot better with a very simple graphic, logo or something very similar without a lot of different colors, things like that. Once it loads up, you'll see the interface looks kind of cluttered and a little bit crazy, but if you just simply look at that big green box and click the Choose Files button, point it to the file that you have saved somewhere on your computer, and then once you have that targeted, all you need to do is click the Start Conversion button and it will start converting it into an SVG file for you. This takes a few seconds, and when it's done, it again brings you to another very cluttered looking screen with a lot of green boxes to click, but the one you're looking for says Download, and you're going to click that and save it somewhere on your computer where it's easily retrievable for the next step. The Easel software is free to use for anyone, not just users of Inventables products, and you can get to it by going to inventables.com. I'll include a link in the description. Going to the Easel, creating an account if necessary, and logging into that account. When you click the New Project button, you'll be brought to this screen, which shows you the design space on the left and a preview space on the right. Now, I'm simply going to click File, Import SVG. Then I'll be able to manipulate my picture so that it's in the place that I want it to be. I'm using a V-bit for this, and that's not part of their normal library, so you do have to use the Pro features of Easel, and Easel gives you 4 days a month where you can use all of the Pro features, and so I'm going to do that for this particular project, but you could use any of the other standard bits and not need to use up a Pro day. When you're ready, you can click the button that gets the whole process started, the carving button, and then you can get to choose your options. Now, the first option is to confirm the material thickness. This isn't as important as they make it sound because you're going to still zero your machine, but you can indeed confirm what type of material you're using and the thickness of that material. Next, you need to make sure that your material is secure. For me, I'm going to use double-sided carpet tape instead of using any kind of screw-down connectors, and that's mostly to make sure that they're out of the way so I won't be bumping into them as I carve my design. This is a little bit of a pro tip. It makes the whole process a lot easier. Next, you need to choose what bit you're using. This is your last chance to change the bit, and I'm just going to confirm because I'm using the V-bit. And the next thing is to confirm that you're zeroing to the material. Now, I use a thin piece of paper here, and I'm simply going to adjust the Z-axis until I get a nice smooth pull with the paper that's just the right amount of clearance. Then I'm going to click the button to raise the height and turn my spindle on. I'm using a router, as you know, so I'm going to turn the router on, click the spindle is on, and then be able to click the carving button. It's going to load up all the tool paths, and this might take a couple of minutes before it actually starts to operate. And then once it starts operating, it'll be good to go and you can watch your design get made. In the top right hand corner of the software, there's a stop and a pause button, which gives you the opportunity to cancel the function if there's a problem and give you the opportunity to fix it before it becomes a real dangerous issue. As you can see, I didn't line up my piece very well. I didn't pay that close of attention to where the design was going to be compared to where the zero was. By paying closer attention to the grid, the markings of how many inches it is or millimeters, whatever you have it set to, you'll be much more precise in your location of the design. In this case, I was right up against the edge, but my full design stayed within the limits of the material. And I love these V-bits because they create a really nice tapered edge to everything and turned out really nice. When you're done,
loosen it off of the bed, and then you're going to pull the carpet tape off, and there's the finished design. I did try it again a second time. I scaled the whole thing down a little bit, positioned it a little closer to the origin, and started the cutting process again. This one a lot closer to the origin, and as you can see, much closer to the bottom left-hand corner of my material. The other nice thing about the V bit is that the details stay pretty true even when you make it smaller, because it just won't go as deep. Here's the finished product.
I still have so much to learn when it comes to the world of CNC routing and all of the things that are possible, different bits and software and design and tools that are available, but I really just wanted to show you a simple way that I've found in order to turn basic designs into a finished creation so that you can feel like it's worthwhile and it's an enjoyable process. I know I'm sure having fun with it, and I'm looking forward to so many more projects in increasing difficulty that turn out even better as time goes on. I hope this inspired you to try your own CNC machine. I don't expect anybody with a lot of years experience was watching this one, but if you're just getting started, I hope you found it helpful and that you'll use it in your own projects down the road. If you find value in these videos, please consider subscribing, check back weekly as I post a new video every Saturday morning, and leave us a comment below. Let us know what projects you're working on and what you'd like to see me tackle next. Until next time, in all your DIY projects and carvings, don't be afraid to be bolder.
I'm a man. I'm 40.